Hello, everyone. Welcome to Purpose and Presence Hub. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on life-changing videos like this one. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. How many hours did you spend this week planning things you never actually did? How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start next Monday"? Here's a frightening truth. 92% of people who make detailed New Year's resolutions abandon them before February ends. Not because their plans were bad, but because planning gives us the dangerous illusion of progress without requiring real action. The Japanese have a powerful proverb, "Anzuru yori umu ga yasushi." It means doing is easier than worrying about doing. This simple sentence reveals a truth you probably know deep down but refuse to admit. You're not planning, you're running away. Today, I want to share the story of Isaac, a 32-year-old American completely addicted to productivity, but who never actually produced anything. He was an eternal planner with perfect systems for everything, but zero courage to execute. Isaac wasn't lazy. He woke up at 5:30 every morning, kept detailed journals, and had color-coded spreadsheets for every hour. The problem? He only planned. He never did anything. While everyone who joined his company got promoted, Isaac stayed stuck. Not from lack of ability, but from being over-prepared. When a team leader position opened, Isaac said he'd apply after finishing that leadership course he bought 6 months ago. Next week became next month. The position went to someone with half his experience, who simply said, "I want it." His finances were a mess because he had beautiful investment spreadsheets with 30-year projections, but his money sat losing value while he planned. His love life was the same. He had perfect conversations scripted, but never started one because his profile picture wasn't perfect yet. One Sunday, Isaac created the ultimate plan. Every hour mapped out, 47 rows in his spreadsheet. At midnight, he felt that dangerous sensation, satisfaction without achievement. Monday morning, he looked at his perfect plan and found a problem. If he meditated from 5 to 5:25, he wouldn't have time for coffee before reading. By 7:00, he hadn't done anything except replan. The truth? He was terrified, afraid of failing, afraid of discovering he wasn't as capable as he thought. While planning, you can still be perfect. It's only in execution that imperfection shows up. Isaac preferred the illusion of perfection on paper to the reality of imperfection in practice. Isaac had a dream, creating an online course teaching data analysis. He had 8 years of expertise and could genuinely help thousands. But after 3 years, the course didn't exist. He spent 6 months comparing platforms, 4 months perfecting curriculum, 3 months choosing equipment. 0 lessons recorded, 0 students helped, $0 earned. But he had 127 pages of planning documents. Then his colleague Marcus launched a similar course. Marcus's course was objectively worse, with bad audio and simple slides. But Marcus earned $1,900 in the first month with 340 students. Isaac felt envy mixed with regret. He could have done better. But Marcus had done it with a $40 microphone and 6 imperfect lessons, while Isaac waited for perfection that would never come. 3 months later, Isaac's company sent him to Tokyo for a conference. A speaker named Takashi Nakamura asked, How many of you have a project you've been planning for over 6 months, but haven't started? Isaac didn't raise his hand out of shame. Takashi shared his story. At 25, he wanted promotion but felt unprepared. His mentor told him, "Anzuru yori umu ga yasushi." Doing is easier than being anxious about doing. He explained that a pregnant woman can spend 9 months worrying about childbirth. But when delivery comes, she simply does it. Often the actual experience is less frightening than those 9 months of anxiety. The same applies to everything. Worry consumes more energy than action itself, because action has an end, but worry doesn't. After the lecture, Isaac approached Takashi and confessed he was exactly that type of person. When Isaac said he'd been planning his course for 3 years, but recorded nothing, Takashi asked why. Isaac listed his reasons: equipment, curriculum, platform. Takashi interrupted, "Those aren't reasons. They're excuses. If you died tomorrow, would you regret not creating this course?" Isaac stopped. "Yes, I would deeply regret it." "So why are you acting like you have all the time in the world?" Takashi challenged him. "When you get back, record 1 lesson with your phone. No perfect script, no professional editing, just you talking for 10 minutes. Do you accept?" "But what if it's bad?" Isaac asked. Takashi replied, "It will be bad. The first version of anything is always bad. But you know what's worse? No version at all." That hit Isaac hard. He'd spent 3 years protecting his ego, maintaining the illusion that he could do something perfect, but never testing whether that was true. Takashi repeated, "The anxiety of doing is always worse than the doing itself. So stop worrying and start doing." Isaac returned home different. On Saturday morning, he picked up his phone, pressed record, and froze. He stopped. "It's not ready." Then he remembered Takashi's words. He pressed record again and just started talking. No script, no perfection. He stuttered, forgot words, recorded 14 minutes instead of 10. But he finished. When he watched it back, he wanted to delete it. Terrible audio, horrible lighting, confusing explanation. But he'd made a promise. He posted it on YouTube and LinkedIn. "First lesson of a course I'm creating. Imperfect but real." He went to sleep with relief at finally doing something instead of just planning. Monday morning, 47 likes, 12 comments. He expected criticism, but found gratitude. "Thanks, you explained this better than any tutorial." One comment moved him. "Your video made me feel that it's possible, that I don't need to be perfect to start. Thank you." Isaac had spent 3 years waiting to help people. In 14 imperfect minutes, he'd helped more people than in 3 years of planning. He recorded another lesson that night. Then another. 1 per week. Nothing perfect, just consistent. In 3 months, 12 lessons, 2,000 views, 340 subscribers. But the real transformation was Isaac himself. He started applying this everywhere. He applied for that leadership position without feeling completely ready. He was honest. "I don't know everything, but I know enough to learn the rest by doing." He got promoted. He opened an investment account with $500 and started learning by doing. He downloaded a dating app with normal photos. 6 months later, he was in a relationship. Every time he replaced overplanning with imperfect action, he progressed faster. Not because the action was perfect, but because action generates feedback. And feedback is the only thing that truly teaches you. Planning gives illusion of control. Action gives real learning. A year after Japan, Isaac had 52 published lessons. The complete course wasn't perfect, but it was complete. He charged $49 and sold 89 copies first month. That's 89 lives impacted because he stopped planning and started doing. When an intern asked where to start with content, Isaac said, "Grab your phone, record a 5-minute video and post it. Don't think too much. Just do it." Research confirms this. University of Chicago found that anticipatory anxiety is always greater than actual discomfort of performing the task. In 94% of cases, doing was less stressful than the worry beforehand. Stanford found perfectionists are 3.2 times more likely to never start projects. Paradoxically, perfectionists produce less quality work because they never get past planning. Here's what nobody tells you. You don't improve by planning the perfect version. You improve by making version 1.0, getting feedback, and going to 1.1, then 1.2, then 2.0. Isaac's first video was version 1.0. Horrible, but it generated feedback. The second was 1.1. Still bad but better. The 50th was genuinely good. None of this would exist if he hadn't started with that awful first version. You cannot plan your path to excellence. You can only act your path to it. By his second year, Isaac's course had 15,000 students generating $387,000 annually. He'd proven that imperfect action generates real results, while perfect planning generates 0 results. So let me ask you, what project have you been planning for months or years, but haven't started? That thing you think about in the shower, in traffic, trying to sleep? You have excuses. No time, no money, not ready. But those aren't reasons. They're fears disguised as logic. You're afraid of being imperfect, so you don't try. You plan, because in planning, you can still be perfect. But years go by. The project never launches. And one day, you wake up at 40, 50, 60, and realize you spent your life planning a version of yourself that never came to be. Doing is easier than worrying about doing. You've already spent enough energy worrying. Now use that energy to begin. Imperfect, incomplete, scary, but real. Isaac's life didn't change when he created the perfect plan. It changed when he recorded that first terrible video. Everything real in his life began imperfectly. Everything planned to be perfect never existed. Excessive planning isn't preparation. It's disguised procrastination. You'll never be completely ready. The first version is always bad, and that's okay. Excellence comes from constant iteration. Imperfect action generates real feedback. Perfect planning generates 0 feedback. If you've watched this video all the way to the end, once again, don't forget to subscribe to Purpose and Presence Hub and press that bell icon so you never miss videos that could transform your life. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the first imperfect step you're going to take this week? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Stop worrying and start doing.